I'm in or anything like that, there's no shame in stepping down and going to a smaller position, or even there's no shame in retiring for a little bit, or there's no shame in just talking to somebody. But I like say fucking Herb Cross was burnt out and he was like, dude, I'm sick of putting 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week into the server. I'd be like, maybe he didn't know that he didn't have to do that and he was under the impression he had to do that. And I'm like, hey, buddy, you don't have to, your minimum is this. And he might, wipe the dripping sweat off his fucking forehead because he's like, oh my
So
God, I thought
yeah,
I was going to lose my position if I didn't put
they
92 hours
discussed
into the city, you know.
they
So
vote on it, and then
just make sure you're talking to people. Make sure, and
they
that
can run with
goes,
the
above,
No,
below you,
okay,
beside you.
no.
okay. So you
There's
want me to
no,
Don't stop
there's
making
no
up stuff,
shame
sorry. I
in
literally just
talking to
told
your
you what you're
people
gonna
or
do,
talking
tell
to
me
right?
your
like
team
half
at
of
this
it?
point.
You're literally,
Um,
what is there already?
and
You
I'd
have the
rather,
information
like
already,
I
you know?
said though, I'd rather you
I knew it
be
was
here,
you.
and it
You
goes
have
for
the
RP, it
information
goes for
already,
being here.
right?
I'd rather you
It's there
100%
pinned.
here,
You have a white shirt on the front of your things.
for 10
Yeah,
Come
hours
here,
than
quick.
you here for 40 hours at 20%.
I'm just finishing up with Blue Call.
Because I want you guys at your full, and I
Mm,
want you guys at your
right?
happiest.
You,
And
you, the
I
information is there
genuinely
already in
do
the legislature AG talk
appreciate
chat.
you guys,
It's
and I
pinned. You're
genuinely
just
am
gonna be
happy and
copying
proud
that,
to be,
right? Literally,
in the
that's
position
all.
I am
Yeah,
with
but
you
if they
guys
change it,
for,
then
especially for as long
I
Yes,
as
need
I
to
have.
if
repost it.
It
Yeah,
no,
makes
that's what
me
I'm
the
you
saying.
will
most,
Like,
need, you won't
that's
post
why I
anything
do,
until you're done, until you get all
care,
the
and that's why I do
confirmation.
talk
This
to
is
you
what
the
I'm
way
yeah,
saying. You need to
I
get in
do.
yeah, that's what I'm
confirmation
saying
For
though.
the
first.
people above
Once
you, talk to you the way they
everything's all
do,
settled and
and they
everything
share the time
needs,
with you guys.
everything's been decided
So
upon. There's
I'm
been a
gonna shut my
vote.
mouth
It's been
though for a
confirmed.
little
Then I
bit.
reput.
No,
No,
I'm
this
gonna
is
no.
what
open
I'm
it up
telling you.
to
Listen, there's not going to be a vote until you
Command
put it.
and
They're not
Billy,
going
and
to
I'm just
vote
gonna,
verbally.
say
So
if
don't
you
look,
you're
Yeah,
don't
I
listen
know.
for that,
if you're
right?
not
So
I
here
there's
know.
to
no,
be here,
there's not going to
guys,
be anything that's
just
going to
think on
be
that
commonly
because
decided.
people are gonna
Like
be
Mr.
Yeah,
Quick
it
might
evaluated.
will
get
be
up and
put in.
say, listen,
If need be,
Mr. Quick
people
might
will
get
be
up when
removed.
he's trying to
So
talk about the tax laws. He might
thank
say
you all so
he
much.
doesn't agree with um tax evasion amounts being this
Question
amount
actually
and
is for
so
you,
and so and
Josh.
so because he feels
With
it's
the
too much,
new
blah 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 blah.
thing we have,
You're
you can
not to
third eye
make any
somebody and it's
changes
like
because he said that. That's
frisk them.
his
I
input, that's
know.
his
Yeah,
argument.
I really like
Fine.
that
yeah,
because you don't
I know.
actually have to look in
So
their pockets.
you
You can
have
just
the
check them for
numbers
weapons, and
already
it'll say
because
like if it has a weapon or
Senator
not.
Ross is going to
But I
read
didn't
out the
know if
entire
you
thing.
are
That is
able
what
to
you
like
should have,
set
and that
up
is what you're going to
like
be
put all the weapons
posting
in. You know what I mean?
in
So
the
We
Senate
can,
vote.
yeah.
You're
all
going to
right, yeah,
post the
just wanted to make sure
exact
that
So
was
thing,
we
also
could
word
covered
also
for
essentially.
word,
do
number for
we could
number.
also do it for
Okay.
What
just
I'm
certain
saying
weapons too.
is, if the Senate, right, if like everybody on the Senate says that they believe that the $8,000 for something should be $10,000, then you write it down, right, and then before when she tells you to prepare it, you and she starts talking and she reads through everything and she stops talking. When somebody else is talking, you can message her and ask her based on the amount of persons that said this should be 10,000, do you think that we should change it 10,000? If
Yeah.
she
So
says
and then I
yes, then you
change it ten
change it.
thousand, and
Yes,
that will
because
go in the
when
thing, and then that's what they'll vote on with the.
right, because we
Yeah.
don't want to see an edited message in the Senate voting.
Okay.
If you're going to edit it, delete it and make it over. Don't edit it.
Okay. Okay.
So once you put it in there, they'll be able to just react to it. You're just going to put a
Okay.
yes and a no. That is it. And the
Okay.
senators will go in there at the end of the assembly and they will vote yes or no. They will
Mhm.
click one. That is it.
Mhm.
You understand? And
Mhm.
at the end of that, then I'll take it from there because usually I'm the one. Don't worry about it. What happens after that? I'll tell you.
Mhm. Sounds good. Oof. Caleb's not happy.
Who? Oh,
Caleb, OSC General.
what happened to him?
Well, he's just fucking mad at the thingamajig, which I don't blame him for.
Who's Chad?
Got hired for the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be our little
What the
mop
hell?
boy. The
Oh, thank you for the follow. Logics, appreciate you, man.
what do you guys call them in the US? Um,
Why is it saying that you're
Jan
not on
janitor.
in
I guess.
Yeah,
city?
there, yes, sir.
Why is it saying you're not in city?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Also,
Oh.
change your undershirts to 15.
Oh, is
It's
it
not
fucked? Fuck, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's not even telling me that he's online.
Shit. I gotta get back to the Senate meeting. Or holy shit. What? Oh, here. Better?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, awesome. Damn it. I forgot trouble Trump again. One sec.
Yeah, when the fuck did this come about the rules?
You know, say you're the one that should be doing all of this, Nathan, because you even have angel status.
Huh?
So you're the one that should have been telling Trump to create the channels for us.
What are we waiting on right now? Hold on.
You didn't ask me to. You just said, oh, okay, we need some channels. And
Waste
then went
man.
and asked Trumpo for them.
Yeah, but
I should have done it. How would I supposed to? You tell me to do it then.
Secretary of State
Well,
supposed to know
tell
that
me
we're
to
gonna
do
need.
it then. You took it to
Everybody
yourself. You didn't even
knew that.
ask me.
Everybody knew that we were gonna use channels. I mean, some people thought we were gonna use the faction Discordia, but obviously it can't be the faction Discordia if the public's gonna
I mean, we
join
could
it.
just use government announcement as well. Like, I didn't think we'd need one, but I mean, you could.
No, it has to be a
Well,
stage because
okay.
everybody need to be able to come in and listen. You were the one that
Oh,
even
that
said
thing?
that. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, we're just gonna use the town hall one. What do you mean?
Really?
Are we doing this in
No.
Discordia?
Yeah.
Yes. Because I heard that
What's wrong with
here
using
might
town
get
hall?
a one or one. Here might get a Here might get a what do you call it now? Tsunami. The town hall is gonna needs to stay as the communication between the federal government and everybody else. Because then he's gonna have to keep changing the permissions again and again and again and again. there's somebody like me who don't have you don't call it now speaker role or rights or whatever, even as a governor, will have it. Then he's gonna have to take it away. We just don't want
why
to
don't we
mix
just
up.
leave us with the permissions? Like, what does it really matter?
What?
If you abuse it, then it's just gonna ban you. Like, why not just leave you us with the permissions? Like, it doesn't really matter.
Clearly, you don't know this government so well.
They'll be fine with that as well. Like, I don't think they'll actually have an issue. Did they say that they want separate ones or that they will have to
No,
remove funds?
already told Trump, like, since he's a Discord manager, he's making it, so it's whatever.
Okay.
And by way of organization too, is like it's where the town hall is. It's not even IC either. It's more.
I don't think it really matters that much.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't really matter that much, but still. Oh crap! I need to. I do have to. I'm so sorry, guys. Can you guys please hand me your phone numbers real quick?
So what are we wait on?
I think you already had mine too, right?
For some reason I don't. Really.
I would like to officially change my name to Cochino What's Up and Shit Holmes. Cochino first name, What's Up and Shit middle, and Holmes last.
Give me your number, codes.
I think I did.
Is it locked? In here. Where is he? Can he go in?
Yeah, it is locked.
Oh my god. I know it's giving me so much shock. Please. Kinda ready for you? Oh yeah. There you go.
There we go.
This one here. Oh, alright. They came up now. This one. This one as well.
You know, it's bad when the boss can't open his own door. Give me crap.
Alright. Oh, here it is. Alright, there you go. Now you'll be able to open the doors. I'll change the ranks and stuff later, but for now, don't worry about it. Alright, gentlemen, folks, let's have a seat. All right, this seat here is for Miss Ross, Mrs. Ross. You see
this
here?
one.
Okay. Mr. Sorber, this seat is yours here. This is my seat. You can decide, Senator.
You right here?
Yeah, you're good there.
I'll get this next to you, buddy.
Where do I sit?
Anywhere on each. Sit on this side. Yeah, left side. Here you go. Mr. Turner.
My bad.
How'd you think to do that?
Slash sit chair. E slash sit chair. Yeah.
What's up and shit, Holmes?
Something shit, Holmes.
When you guys are told to, this is for all the newcomers. When you guys are told to stand and face us, just come and stand here like this and face this direction. The rest of us will stand and face them. Okay.
Alright.
All right. So we have the government stage. It is there. So let's go ahead and join it in the main Discordia. Um, for now, yeah. So
Are we joining?
main Discordia. The main Discordia.
Main Discordia, weird, dude. Oh.
Food and water check.
Everyone come up. Once you're given the roles later on, you'll be fine because it's locked to state legislator, governor, government job roles. So that's the reason why you couldn't. Sarby, can you do the honor and say starting now? We're a bit late.
I'll make an announcement.
Can someone kindly share some fluids with me? I just realized I don't have any. I don't want to pass out here.
Did you just say fluids?
Water, juice,
Yeah,
something to
please,
drink.
please never say that way again.
Okay. Yeah, one sec.
I about made a joke that would have been very inappropriate for this setting.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so. I apologize greatly. All right.
I will try and speak as much as I can, but
If if it's too difficult, just let me know. I'll just read from what you wrote. I don't know if you changed anything really. So
I will here. I will just send. Yeah, I'll send. Actually, no. What I sent you is pretty much. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
okay. Are you okay to
Here,
do?
I'll send it to you again, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try and get through as much as I can.
I mean, if you get to the to the proposals at least, then I could just take over from there if it's okay with you.
Oh, we're waiting on. Sorry for the slow stream. Yeah, so I was like half listening.
Alright, I believe Debo is on his way.
Oh, we're waiting for fuck.
Is he the last person that will be here that is not here?
Yes.
Okay.
But will
Herb Cross. I mean, he's already in the meeting.
he's already in the
Yeah.
he can only yes. Jacques cannot make. Yeah, so he is the only. Depot is the only one. Yes. Wait, Ivan is here. He's just not. He's in.
Did you guys mention that Herb won't be able to be in the city?
Right. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And I've just noticed that Ivan is in listening, and so he should be pulled up to the
I already did. Just need to. Okay, everyone. Good night. Sorry for the extended delay. We're trying to just iron out a few things before we begin. Madam Speaker of the Senate is not feeling entirely so well, so I might be taking over halfway through this assembly. Is the chief? Okay, Chief Justice is there. Senator Ivan, can you come up kindly, as well as the Mr. Peacock, Director of Finance. Mm,
Mr. Director of Finance. I invited you to come up to the stage.
it's fine. He doesn't need to directly come up at this moment. Is he here? Okay, no, he's not here. Is he? No. I think he'll only be in the Discord in long distance.
Yeah. Okay. And Depot might actually be late getting. I don't know if we want to wait.
No, we are not gonna wait.
Yeah, because
Like he was told before,
yeah,
everybody else is here.
he had spirit. Yeah.
That's fine. He's that can be done at a later date. It is okay. All right, everyone. We're after a late start. We're gonna just get this ball rolling so that we can get through the matters at hand and to um arrive at some resolve. At the end of this assembly, I'm sure the decisions made by each and every one of the persons present on the Senate would have done so with some amount of insight into how it affects the persons that they'll represent. Madam Speaker, you have the
All right, we'll get started here. Good evening, everyone. I want to start tonight by welcoming Governor Chase Carter, Senator Billy Quick, Senator Ashton Griffin, Senator Randy Ross, and Senator Ivan. Welcome to the viewers that are joining us today at our first full assembly of the State Senate. I'm Senator Haley Ross, President Pro Tempore and Speaker for the Senate. Apologize, I am a little under the weather right now, but we will get started here. I would like to now present
Starting a half hour
to
late, man.
the current sitting members of the Senate, the newly voted in senators pursuant of our state constitution, Article 2, Section 2, which states that the Senate shall comprise of 9 members who shall have the sole power of replacing, removing or adding more members at the later date, and thus amending this section. Mr. Governor, Mr. Attorney General, and the Senate will be amending this section today by way of the induction of the new members, namely Jake Turner, proposed by Senator Oliver Wilson, Herb Cross, proposed by Senator Haley Ross, Debo, well, he's not here, Tim Coates, proposed by Senator Haley Ross.
What do you mean? What's the matter with my map? Is there like a way to make it better?
Excuse me, I will now ask that you line up facing the current member of the Senate in the order that I called your.
Watching me in a Senate meeting.
In the order that
not
I
my
called your names,
usual
Jake
content,
Turner,
but
Herb Cross, and Tim
to have
Coates.
a stream for the boys in the city. Gals, you doing, Mr. Caleb?
What's Herb?
The Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Tony Gabagool, the current sitting Chief Justice, will now read the oath of office for the new members to recite before the Senate and before the citizens who they serve.
Can we all just turn around and face them, please? All right. The Chief Justice is unable to, so I will
Are
I'll
we?
take up the mantle to read the oath of office to them.
Debo, sorry, Mr. Governor, Debo will be here in 5 minutes.
He's already here in the oh, Mr. Jones, welcome.
Okay, so my apologies. And Debo Jones, that's been presented by Senator Randy Ross. He will also be being sworn in tonight. Mr. Governor, you have the floor.
All right. New members, can you hear me clearly?
Yep.
Yes.
Please all verbally confirm so I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I'm on the way home. I'm almost home, but I'm listening.
Well, we're about to just swear you in at the moment, Mr. Jones. So if you can just recite the oath of office as I read it, that would be grand.
Yeah, I can recite it in like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm just in the car, so it's hard to hear, but I'm almost there.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Herb Cross, Mr. Ashton Griffin, Mr. Jake Turner, Mr. Tim Coates, Mr. Debo Jones. Those are the present persons, right?
Correct.
Be sure I have everyone. Okay. Oh, I take it, Mr. Chief Justice. Are you able to?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Yes, sir. Are you able to just recite the, just where they can repeat after you, and we can get past this as
Yeah, I can
best
do it.
possible.
Curtis, what's up, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, all the persons were
How you
just
doing, sir?
named. When the governor, my apologies, the Chief Justice is going to read the oath of office, recite after him, and after which you'll be considered sworn in.
All right, gentlemen. You're gonna repeat after me, all right? You guys ready?
Yep.
Hold on, for me, I'm just turning down the street.
All right.
Why wait for Senator Jones? Miss. Madam Speaker.
Yes, Governor.
Governor, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to be in receipt of some news here. We'll wait just a short while for Mr. Jones to be able to take part in the Suriname, so we don't have to do it at a later time. We apologize for the slight delay. No.
No worries, Governor. No worries, Governor.
Who is
Oh,
this
what's
that's
that,
standing?
everybody?
I'm the AG.
What's going on, sir?
Say that again. I'm the AG.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I'm ready. I'm good now. I'm in the house.
All right. Is everyone else ready here at this time?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Herb.
I'm only security right now. They gotta bump it up, sir.
All right. Gentlemen, you're to repeat after me, all right? I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
that I will.
I will protect.
Did I say it one more time?
That I will support and defend
That I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the
Constitution
Constitution
of the
of the United
States
States
and the Constitution of the State of San Andreas
and the
and the
Constitution of the State of San Andreas
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and
domestic.
That I will bear true
That I will bear true
faith and allegiance to the same.
faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely
That I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without any mental
reservation or purpose of evasion.
purpose of evasion.
And that I will well
And that I will well
And then
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office on which I am
on the
of
office
the
in which
office
I
in
am
which I am
about to enter.
about to
about to
enter.
enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You have been officially sworn in here today.
It's a
Uh,
pleasure.
You are now senators, a part of the state of the San Andreas.
Thank you, Chief Justice, and welcome to the new senators who are now full sitting members. Mr. Governor, Mr. Attorney General, consider Article 2, Section 2, now amended on this day, October 21st, 2022.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
All right, Mr. Governor, you now have the floor to present your proposals for the Senate's first hearing.
Good night again, senators. Good night, viewers who have tuned in to listen to uh, well, officially our first assembly here tonight. I will be reading for your hearing. This is the first hearing. Some laws and ordinances, bylaws that will be up for discussions at the next assembly, and as such, this will be considered your first hearing. Moment. Okay, docs. All right. Hereby read the proposals for discussions to be had in relation to unemployment paychecks. This is to be discussed at the next assembly to decide how much it will be increased to, or if it will be kept the same relations to persons who are without a job. I feel that our persons who were part of our populace who are unemployed should get some amount of monies to um, keep them alive and so forth, which is their constitutional right. So that is the first thing that I'll be proposing that we speak on and discuss the next assembly. I propose discussions for local job paycheck scales. This directly affects all local jobs from garbage collector to um, cleaners, all the jobs that can be found at city services that can be picked up by anybody without having to, do an application or anything. They're always looking for persons to do those type of jobs, and we'd be looking into deliberate about the pay that is offered by the state through these jobs. They should be increased or so forth. I hereby propose weapons license fees introduction. Currently, there is no cost to applying for and or getting a weapons license. I believe that issuing a license for persons to hunt in the state in these the designated areas should pay for these licenses, as the game that is reaped from these areas through hunting do is sold. It's not a job, but it does give a way of revenue or income for our citizens to gain from. Therefore, I'm proposing that the weapons license will attract a fee. I was recently shared some information, I believe, from the federal government through my Secretary of State about the ways in which the weapons license might change as to how it can be ascertained. So it will, there is a way that the federal government is thinking to change this so that it can be registered to the person specifically, and so that they can have an actual ID they can display to police or to the game wardens up there in the hills of Chiliad or Sandy Shores when they are hunting, to ensure that these persons are legally um, in possession of a license to do so. Last but not least, we will also be introducing weapon license fees so that the police department, who will take their time to do these background checks and so forth to issue these weapons license, will have some amount of kickbacks for such. It also will allow us to impose laws uh, that surround persons who have found themselves on the wrong side of the law. In situations where or that will lead to them losing their weapons license, that they will, have to pay either more or a fee or some sorts, along with other stipulations that could be had before they get that weapons license back. Obviously, persons who would be found in possession of a firearm, whether or not that firearm is registered or not, uh, will if they are not in a possession of a weapons license, they will be in breach of the law just the same. So those are the four proposals that is coming directly from my desk. I know for sure that there might be other things that might come up during the time before the next assembly that
Carrying a
we
weapons
can make
license on you is a
public
little
through a
excessive,
press
I think.
release. And as such, if that happens, that will be done as soon as possible. If any of the Senate here will have anything to say, really, please do so. Short, briefly. I'm pretty sure Miss the Madam Speaker would have asked you this. If anybody here has any input that you quickly want to do, just just for a brief 10 seconds, just say your piece, and then the Madam Speaker can move along her itinerary. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Governor Carter, for your proposals. If the Senate has nothing they wish to add, we will move along.
Nope,
All right,
sounds good to me.
I just wanted to speak. I think it's a great addition. Kind of get funds into like charging for weapons licenses. I think it's kind of been really missed. Like it's a free service that we do right now, and with us, needing to be self-sufficient, needing funding, it could be a great addition to society fund to provide that service for the others. Everything else sounded great. I just wanted to put my approval on that for sure.
thank you, Senator Quick. All right, the Senate will now discuss the matters before us, and at the end of all matters of discussion, the Secretary of State will be creating a public voting post for all to be able to see. And I will do my best to get through this without losing my voice completely. The first matter of discussion is taxation and financial ordinances. TF, yes, Governor.
If you want me to read through them, I can actually, and I'll just leave it up to you to ask each senator for their input, if you will.
That would be very. Thank you. That would be helpful.
Okay, taxation and financial ordinances. I'll be reading the um, information here as was proposed in the last assembly or meeting of such, and Senator Ross will take it from there to hear your deliberations and such. Each member of the Senate is expected to have an input. I am confident that you will or may or should. And that goes for all members of the Senate, new, even the ones that were just sworn in. So please listen carefully. If you do need something to be reread for clarification, just say so at the end of me reading it. When you get your chance to speak, you can ask for me to reread a certain portion that you didn't understand or catch. Okay. TF01, tax evasion. Any person who willfully attempts in any manner to evade or defeat any tax imposed by the state or the payment thereof shall, in addition to any other penalties provided by law, be guilty of a third-degree felony, fined upon conviction 10% of outstanding tax plus the tax that is originally owed, jailed for 35 months maximum. TF02, unlawful disclosure of returns. It shall be unlawful for any financial officer, law enforcement officer, or any state employee willfully to disclose to any person except authorized by the court of law, the director of finance, or the chief financial advisor any return or return information of any person or business in relation to taxation. This carries a fine of this carries a mandatory $75,000 fine upon conviction. TF03, misappropriation of government funding. It shall be unlawful for any government agency, this goes for DOJ, PD, SAFR, the likes, or any employee within any government agency without authorization and knowledge of the chief financial advisor use government funding or loans for personal advancement, whether fully or partially in any manner. Find amount misappropriated plus 25% of the misappropriated amount. TF04, failure to make payments. Any person or government agency that signs a contract with the Department of Finance and fails to make payments according to the signed contract without reasonable explanation or timely explanation in a time less than 24 hours. If first payment, if first payment, the interest is increased by 10% on the remainder amount. If you guys want me to explain just for clarity, just let me know because this part was had some questions to it. If last payment, the interest is increased by 15% and the payment is immediately due. If this is a second occurrence of the above that I read, the entire amount is due immediately or immediately due. TF05, defrauding. Any person that willfully applies with the intent to utilize government funding contrary to their application details is guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. Additional stipulation is funding withdrawn in full. That is, the person is fined 100% of the funding to have it returned and mandatory barred from applying for government funding for 60 days. That is the end of the information.
Thank you, Governor Carter, for reading that for me. All right, so Senator Quick, can we hear your arguments, please?
There's a mime at the door.
Yeah, boys, there's a mime.
Like me too.
I'm here in city as well. Left.
Yeah, please.
Is it possible you guys could just
Hey, buddy. I had to ask you to leave, sir. Okay. As a sir.
he's trespassing right now. Can you just arrest him and have him
Yeah.
removed immediately?
Buddy,
Sir?
don't make me tase you. Come on. What's in the briefcase, sir? Sir?
Going for cuffs.
All right, let's go. I'm still on the Bluetooth. You guys can skip me for now.
Madam Speaker, you can move on and come back to Senator Quick. Madam Speaker.
All right, yes, all right. Senator Griffin, can we hear your arguments, please?
What are we doing here, Mr. Mime? Trespassing right now, sir.
We're in the middle
I
of a
read
Senate
through
meeting,
most of
sir.
them. I've read through all of them. Took in some of the notes. I don't have have many arguments other than I feel that some things are going to be have
I'm,
to
I'm gonna cuff you though. All right,
go through
you're
the
gonna be a good boy.
system and see how they go before we fine tune them. And I don't think that's gonna be able to be fine tuned until put in and
Be a good
tested
boy.
kind of thing. For instance,
Be a good boy, sir.
you know, the whole gun licensing, changing things on
Life to you,
payments,
sir.
and all those kinds of things.
Oh, not your arguments on those are
Oh,
proposals
my bad.
for later.
Have a
Your
good one, Mr.
argument
Bond.
on the on what was just read about the
I don't have any
taxation.
argument
I like that
on any of
briefcase.
this.
All right, thank you
No problem.
for your
Thank you.
Good things we're still officers. Huh?
Senator.
To be honest, I had no
can
idea
we
what to
hear
say
your
there.
Arguments.
Me either.
I'm so happy that happened. Davey.
I don't really have any argument with those laws.
All right, thank you for that. Senator Turner, can we hear your arguments, please?
I have no arguments against them. They all seem fairly well written and we understand for the regular civilian population of the city.
Thank you for that. Senator Cross, can we hear your arguments on this? If he is he there still? Senator Cross, are you with us still?
Skip him for now. He has some issues speaking.
All right. Senator Jones, can we hear your arguments on the matter?
I don't have any arguments or any objections against it. Sounds good to me.
Thank you. Senator Coates, can we hear your arguments on this?
Everything seems good for me.
All right,
No arguments.
Appreciate that. Lastly, Senator Quick, can we hear your arguments?
I don't have anything negative to say against what's proposed. I think it's well written, well stated, and needs to be passed. But obviously, as I didn't catch the name of who said it, but like obviously things are kind of just getting rolled out now, so kind of like feel it out and see how it's implemented and go from there.
All right, thank you, senators. Mr. Secretary of State, will you please prepare everything then for the senators to vote upon this?
Yes. You're good to continue. I've got my notes.
All right, I'll be taking over from here. Madam Secretary, just a quick notation. I'm trying to go over back the notes between us to find everything. Did you remove some of the information because I'm trying to ensure that I don't miss anything? Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I see it. I see it. Okay. I'll be taking over from here from Madam Speaker, Mrs. Haley Ross, due to her voice issues. She's not feeling so well. So I'll be taking over. In the future, I hope to appoint a lieutenant governor who should be the actually the president of the Senate, who would take up this mantle. Nonetheless, we'll move on. Okay. The next matter of discussion is the vehicle registration and insurance. Pretty sure the Senate is already aware of the information shared to them in interim in relation to how it's done, the costs of doing so, and so forth. I'll be reading the policy, then I'll be reading the laws pursuant of said policy, and then I'll be asking each senator to give their input afterwards. Okay. Okay, the policy reads, all vehicles and motorcycles must be registered to be legally used within this state. All vehicles and motorcycles, must have insurance registration to be legally used within this state. All registrations and insurance must be done through the Department of Motor Vehicles. And this department is located over in Mirror Park. Am I correct? Mirror Park at postal.
Yes, you're correct on that.
I completely forgot the postal, but I think it was a 7348. Nonetheless, we can update that information at some point in time. Vehicle insurance, will expire at 77, 14, and 30 days, depending on the type of insurance purchased from the DMV, which means persons can choose whether to have the insurance last for 7, 14, or 30 days. Vehicle registration will expire every 14 days after being purchased from the DMV. The Senate so pleases, there are pictures of what a registration looks like and what a insurance looks like in the appropriate channel for your viewing. Pursuant of this policy, the following is derived. It is a first-degree misdemeanor to be observed operating a motor vehicle or motorcycle that is unregistered or uninsured. Person is cited for $8,000 and a first warning issued to have the vehicle registered within the next 12 hours. This warning is to be noted on the ticket. Cited $15,000 and second warning issued to have vehicle registered within the next 6 hours. Warning is to be also noted within the ticket. Third observance of this offense is upgraded to a third-degree felony and carries a $20,000 fine, mandatory impound for 5 days. It says here that the person is being barred from registering 5 days. I believe the idea is to have the vehicle impounded for 5 days, so they can't register unless they have the vehicle, right? So let me read that again. Third observance of this offense is upgraded to a third-degree felony and carries a $20,000 fine, mandatory impound, and barred from being registered for 5 days. Next, it is a traffic ordinance general violation for failing to produce vehicular documents, having registered your motor vehicle or motorcycle, registration and insurance. Failure to do so, cited $3,500, upgraded to a second-degree misdemeanor upon repeated offenses, second and onward. It is a third-degree felony to be involved in a motor vehicle accident and the vehicle not being registered or having insurance. Mandatory 3 days impound. Next, it is a second-degree felony to use an unregistered motor vehicle for the commission of any other felony and shall be subjected to an additional 20 months and $25,000 fine added. Mandatory 7 days impound imposed. It is a second-degree misdemeanor to be observed operating a motor vehicle with expired insurance. It is a first-degree misdemeanor, however, to be observed operating a motor vehicle with expired registration and is subject to a mandatory fine and impound/toll 3 days. That is the end of the information in relation to motor vehicle insurance laws and ordinances. Senator Quick, would you like to lead the charge with your arguments?
Yeah, a lot of those make sense. I just want to make sure for like the misdemeanors, a lot of them do jail time. Are we expected to jail over those?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the misdemeanor offenses. Are you speaking of like second misdemeanor offenses?
Yeah, exactly. Because I know like open carry can come to jail. Um, carry or I just don't want to see somebody go to not having their vehicle registered.
Your voice keeps going really low.
Sorry about that. I just want to make sure that like people aren't going to Bolingbrook over like their vehicle not being registered. So I would agree to all of that. I would just want so we're not sending people to prison over misdemeanor like traffic ordinance, like their um vehicle not being registered. Okay.
I mean,
I think it's a little harsh.
Okay, so you're talking about the first degree. You're talking about not being registered or not having any registration.
Yeah, exactly.
They are allowed 2 times to be found in breaches of that, where it only carries a fine, and they're warned to have it registered. So upon the third, well, at the third time, it becomes a felony. So that's no longer a misdemeanor there. If you're making, are you talking about the expired documents? Where it says it is a second degree misdemeanor if it's observed operating a motor vehicle with expired insurance or
Yeah, that
first
would
degree.
be one of them as well. I kind of feel like time's a little.
I mean, there's officer discretion. I'm pretty sure they can tell the person, look, your da 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 is expired. Um, the laws are there because you will have those persons who really don't care. Say for example, if the person register your vehicle, the person's registration ends today, and you know you stop them tomorrow or the day after, you know what I mean, the officer can use their discretion. That is something I'm pretty sure that is taught or is encouraged within the police departments.
Okay,
However,
so we
if
can
you have
handle it
somebody,
from. I don't mean to
yeah,
interrupt you. We can handle it
if you
from
have
our side, like just.
right, because I mean most of the stuff, even for felonies, I'm pretty sure you guys don't always send them for the maximum, right? You guys are like,
Oh, of course
okay,
not.
they are doing this, yeah, or you offer them time serve, that type of stuff. So, but if it's somebody that their registration ended like last month and they don't have an updated, like it's been a month, like that person just doesn't care. You understand what I'm saying? That person just doesn't care. Or if you give the person a warning or so forth, or somebody would have given that person a warning before, and you were there, and then you stop the person again, and the person still didn't go and update their registration, then that person really didn't, take that officer's discretion to heart or listen. So they really should get hit with that fine. Even if you don't want to jail them, they should be hit with a fine at least and told to go and do it immediately, or so forth. It really doesn't take any time, and it's not even that hard to do. So, but we hear your arguments. They're fair. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Senator?
Oh, that's it from me.
Okay. Senator Griffin, can we hear your arguments?
My argument for the car insurance and the registration, I think I've read it. It sounds perfectly fine. Just hopefully, the police who distribute the charges can handle it correctly and take it from there.
Okay, thank you, Senator. Mm, yeah, Madam Speaker is quicker at this than me, so Senator Wilson is not present. Senator Oh, Mr. Ivan stepped out. All right, Senator Turner, can we hear your arguments, please?
The only arguments I had with it were pretty much in line with Mr. Quick's, but those were already handled, so no other further ones from me.
Okay, thank you, Senator. Senator Cross, can we hear your arguments? Are you able to speak, sir?
Yes. I have no arguments. I think I'm pretty sure the police and the sheriffs will make sure to use discretion, and maybe you should get your car registered pretty soon.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Jones, can we hear your arguments, sir?
Pretty much agree with everything on there. I do agree that we should enforce officer discretion. Kind of like the analogy that you had put, for example, was that if their expiration was to expire today and then tomorrow they get caught on the street, I do believe officer discretion should possibly be like, okay, I understand. I'll just give you a verbal warning as of now where it won't be documented against them, and they go about their day. But obviously, if they continue to disobey the law, then we'll take the proper, things going after that. Now, we do know we do have some officers a little hothead. They may just be a little hard right off the bat and not use officer discretion, but civilians do have the right to ask for a supervisor at that moment in time. I hope civilians do understand and know that they can request a supervisor.
Okay,
And
I'm hoping that that at our press conference ahead of November 1st, we will definitely make that known to the
agreed.
citizens. Yeah.
Yep. They do have a right to ask for badge number, name. Officer does have he has to say his badge number. He doesn't necessarily have to say his name. But the civilian does have a right to request a supervisor. And obviously, officer discretion will go forward about that. And hopefully, we can trust our supervisors their duty. If not, obviously, we can recommend that civilians can go ahead and make a complaint. Obviously, I'll shoot up to command PSD. We'll look into it, handle it accordingly, and go forward. But it is a civilian's job. You're going to own a motor vehicle and drive on these streets freely. You do need to make sure that you do have your registration and your insurance. But otherwise, everything else, it looks good to me. Seems fair. Hopefully, they just do the right thing.
Yeah. Senate and Senator Coates, let me hear your arguments, sir.
No arguments. Everything seems okay.
Okay, looks. All right. Let me see here, Senator. Okay. Thank you, senators. Okay, go ahead, Madam Speaker.
You.
Oh, wow.
And I too have something that I
I'm so
wanted.
sorry. Go ahead. So I'm so sorry. My bad.
While I agree with what's there, I don't agree with there being jail time. I have observed one too many times where, as Senator Jones has pointed out, there has been officers that are quick to throw the maximum at whoever just because they're either having a bad day or they do not like the individual. So I personally think that forgetting to go in, register your vehicle, and get insurance that should not come with any jail time at any given point. Fines should be increased because the point is to try and deter them from riding around in an unregistered and uninsured vehicle. It's current. What you said, it's about $2,000 every 2 weeks to register your vehicle, and about $5,000 for 30 days, averaging around $9,000 a month for your vehicle. I think if we increase the fines, that should surely help them figure out that they should go and get their vehicles registered. I also don't think that impounding a vehicle for a week is okay. I think maybe 24 hours to 48 hours max.
Okay. If I may, I know that these uh, will be put to a vote, but I would like to say something in reply to the Madam Speaker's input. Based on Senators Quick and Senators Jones and Senators Cross, and Mr. Turner's confirmation, uh, it it there is a lot surrounding the whole, um, these laws carrying a jail time. Believe that yes, officers may feel, or I am hoping that no officer will ever do that. They're having a bad day, so they're just gonna send the person to jail. Like Mr. Jones, Senator Jones pointed out that citizens do have a right to make a report based on how they're treated, if they're treated unprofessionally, to request badge numbers, etc., and to file a report with the Professional Standards Division. I believe that the onus is on the citizens to ensure that their vehicles are registered and their stuff is kept up to date. Now, the law exists in its entirety to deter persons from doing so, right? However, anybody that does stuff that is out of the bounds of the law or in a manner that is unbecoming of their office or the position that they hold, shall be held accountable. So if it I understand the position you're coming from with saying that officers might abuse it because they might feel some type of way towards a person or whatever it may be. That's discrimination and unprofessionalism, which I'm pretty sure the police department and all the senators here who are part of the police department can attest to, that they frown upon. It's highly frowned upon, and will be dealt with accordingly. So, um, everything, no matter how the law may change to make for accommodations, there will still be fall through, or cracks that people try to slip through to do things so they think they should or how they think they can, which would subject them to some sort of internal investigation and strikes and whatever other punishments that happens within the police department. Um, as for the 7 day um, the 7 day mandatory toll impose impound that I it is that law, I believe, is the most serious one of them all, if I'm correct. It is a second degree felony. There's no first degree felonies on this. So this is the highest one, or the most serious one. And um it is, let's see, second degree felony to use an unregistered motor vehicle for the commission of any other felony, and shall be subjected to an additional 20 months and $25,000 fine. Mandatory 7 days impound impose. You're saying that the mandatory 7 days should be less. I mean,
Correct. That when it's used in committing a crime, obviously there would be there would
a
be jail
felony.
time there. Yes, there would be jail time and fines there, but I don't think the vehicle should be impounded a whole 7 days.
May I ask, for the Senate's hearing, your reason for thinking that why it shouldn't be impounded for 7 days? If you have any extensive input to add to it, I mean, if not, then
Feel like they are paying a fine already. They're already doing some jail time. I think it should still be impounded, but not a full 7 days, maybe about 48 hours or 3 days max.
I have a argument for that.
go ahead, Senator Jones.
Um, I do believe that we should probably push it back a bit more. With Haley Ross, I kind of agree. Now, if it becomes a recurring offense with the same individual and the same vehicle, or just the same individual, because it doesn't even have to be the same vehicle. It's just a behavioral thing at this point, right? We can then extend it to 7 days, but based off of a certain amount of offenses, right? Let's say, okay, their registration goes out, they take a month to get it. Boom, we hit them with jail time XYZ. We impound it the first time, 24, 40 hours or whatever. Kind of like our seizure program, right? But let's say they do it again, right? And whether it's the same vehicle, but it doesn't matter, but it's the same person. Okay, you know what? Hey, because clearly you're not learning your message or your lessons. So let's then push it to maybe 3, 4 days, then 5 days or 6 days. You know what I mean? It can hit them harsher the more and more they choose not to learn from their mistakes, right? But I do believe that right off the bat, I think it should be probably like 24, 40 hours. Kind of follow the same procedure we have when we do seizures, because that is kind of what we're doing. We're seizing the vehicle due to the fact that they're committing a crime by not handling their business. So
If you'd like my input, I do not want these cars in my impound clogging them up. I don't care if they're in there for 48 hours, just make the fines higher. You can for 6 hours. Just if you need to get your registration, your people need to know they're going to get fined. 7 days is too long. I don't want my car in there either. So
Okay, so you're coming from an administrative point of view. Um, believe the, but I can actually confidently say that the idea behind the 7 days imposed mandatory is to one play on the minds of criminals that if you're going to be using your vehicle to commit another felony, then you stand a chance of not having that vehicle for a while. Or you use something that is completely not yours, or something that is, not owned by a citizen of the state. Having that vehicle unregistered, it technically, I am not entirely sure yet what the federal government will be completely ironing out to say that if a vehicle is not registered, can we know who it belongs to? Or are we, the plate and all of that will still back to somebody, so forth. But how does that, you know, stands out when it in relation to vehicles being registered or so forth? Are we still doing whether the plate reads this, so this is the person it belongs to? Or are we using the fact that it's registered, so this is the person it belongs to? You know what I mean? The mandatory 7 days was to is there essentially because $25,000 for persons who are going to be who have the mind to not register the vehicle so they can use it for crime and to commit robberies and shooting and all of that kind of stuff. Personally, $25,000 added to whatever they would have done is minuscule. No, Mr. Cross is saying increase that fine and so forth. But we need to ensure that we don't go too far up, because at the same time, second degree felony does have a shelter amount, and we don't want to, go all the way over that too much. So we have to ensure that we have a mind of keeping it leveled and balanced as much as possible. Um, Essentially, the mandatory 7 days impound was more of a not really a scare tactic, but it's more of a prevention more than a cure. They
a
understand that,
deterrent.
yeah, it's like, okay, if I use this vehicle to do this store robbery and I get caught, I'm not gonna have this vehicle for 7 long days. Right? And as soon as I get it, I'm gonna have to register it, or if I keep it and not register it, then I can do another crime with it again. Um, the thing is, I've seen, even when I was an incumbent attorney general, through my entire tenure as attorney general, I've seen a lot of fall through the cracks where persons commit crimes using a vehicle and they get it back in like 24 hours, or following the impound stipulations that isn't within the PD, which is fine. 24 hours the first impound, but they use it today, they get caught. Somebody might get away with the crime, with the monies or whatever, but they get caught with the vehicle. They can have it tomorrow to do it again. You understand what I'm saying? And
If
we,
this is the talk of committing a felony, then it should be impounded, but not just for pulling them over for no registration.
no, no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
he
no,
commit a
no, no,
felony,
no.
the car's going to the impound no matter what.
No, no. It is just for this specific one. There's only one of them that has 7 days. Um, the impound for pulling them over is, like it was read. It's like third occurrence, as in like you stop somebody today, you tell them that, sir, you're in breach of so and so and so. I'll give you a verbal warning. I'm not even gonna cite you today. I'm just gonna give you a verbal warning. But this is your first. Your first. So you can either write an incident report or whatever it may be. The second time you ticket them, or it carries a certain amount there as listed. But then a third time, then it just seems that the person just doesn't care. You've been warned twice before. Your third time, you're gonna lose a vehicle for a few days. So that is all that is set up. And most of these information, by the way, is referred to me by the federal government. So I tried my best to ensure that in keeping with the idea for this state by the federal government is followed as closely as possible. So you want to
Well,
ensure.
I want to say, may I say something?
Yes, go ahead, Senator.
I mean, you gotta also think of it like this. I mean, if people really care for their car, they'll make sure that it's registered and insured, right? I mean, if they don't care for their car, and then let's say that third occurrence comes around and we impound it and they're mad about it. Well, I mean, you knew what the law was. We've came to you multiple times. Even
Mm,
one of the times we gave you a break, right? We came to you multiple times, find you, and it's all there on paper at this point. Like you know what you're doing. And if you really, really care about your car, you're going to take care of your business. You're going to make sure it's registered, make sure it's insured, and you're good to go. And it shouldn't take that long to do it. I mean, it's a really simple process, right? Um, but that really falls on them, And if they do commit a crime, that's up to them. If they commit a crime in it, you know what I'm saying? This is just to help deter from them doing X, Y, and Z. But if they do it, be prepared for the consequences. So at the end of the day, all these laws are for deterrence, right? Keep people from doing
right.
certain
That's the whole
things
point.
and breaking laws. But if they continue to, that's on them. You got to pay the consequence. So that's just my input.
Okay, since I've been given the mantle to be speaker, if the Senate so pleases, we can take up the suggestion made by senators to have the 7 days decreased before it's put to a vote. That is, once it's put to a vote by the Secretary of State, no changes can be made upon it being posted for a vote. The changes will have to be proposed afterwards, and another deliberation as this one had before we made those changes. So I am asking openly to the Senate as acting president, as I don't have a lieutenant governor currently. Would you want the mandatory 7 days changed, and to what, so that we can have the Secretary of State make that change before it's put to a vote for all to see? Senator Quick, all the senators that spoke on the 7 days, you have a mind of what that number should be? Time?
I think it should be 3 days.
That's
I
where I
agree.
was too. Yeah, 3 days is
Fine with that.
Yeah, that too.
Everybody okay with 3 days? Senator Ross, Senator Coates.
Yeah, three.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, 3 days.
Okay.
we got a bunch of yes
Secretary,
men here.
the
Yeah.
law that reads it is a second-degree felony to use an
Yeah, I
unregistered
saw
motor
that.
vehicle. Yeah. Change that to mandatory.
3 days.
Yes, 72
We're not
hours,
changing the
3 days, same
fines,
thing.
just 3 days.
Yes, let's put 3
Okay.
there.
Are you gonna like we're gonna balance that out with the other ones, or the rest gonna say 3 days as well? 5
No, the
days?
rest of the rest is fine. Don't change anything else. Is it okay, Senate, that I instruct the secretary to, instead of saying it 3 days, to say 72 hours, which makes it look bigger because the number is bigger? You know, that's a mental thing. Is it okay if we write it that way, or
I mean, if
Yeah, that is
It's
fine.
letters and numbers.
right? So just put 72 hours instead of, right. It's the same thing, but just put 72
yeah, but then I
hours.
want
Okay.
to put hours for the rest of them.
No, let's put 72 hours to
Hey.
that one.
Right. Good to move on.
Right. Thank you. All right. All right. So while the Secretary of State is drafting up both votes to post in the appropriate the appropriate channel for you to make your vote, I would like to draw your attention to the proposed 10 districts for San Andreas, and the appointment of each senator to a district. Is everyone in possession of the link that shows all the different districts? Senators, are you all in possession of the link
Yes.
that shows the different
Yes.
districts? New senators, are
Yes.
you
Yes.
Yes.
okay? So we're just gonna start with I'm just gonna write it here. I'm gonna just, instead of saying the district itself and then hear who's going to be, I am going to actually um, allow each senator to just say what district, and just quickly why. You don't have to be something long or anything, or in any long story. Just tell us why. As usual, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Senator Quick. To
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I can't. I did glance at the map. I don't know the specific district, but I was hoping to have the district that falls over where Rockford Department is, just a kind of being like my headquarters that I work out of as deputy commissioner. Map, I'll tell you the exact number.
It's
District 4.
it's District 4.
So yeah, so District 4 was what I was looking at based on the geography where I do majority of my workload. Most of the people that work in that area know me, and makes sense. I'm consistently in that area and hovering in that area, and the people that work in that area as well. That would be a district.
wait, is it District 4? Are you sure? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. All right, I did wrong. What
The
are the
district
other?
name is under the picture.
Right, I just realized that. I mean, I'm the one that made it, so it's kind
No,
of
I had to think about it too. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, all right, I know
right.
which one I want to say.
Uh,
Shots fired.
you are. There are other businesses that fall within that district as well, Senator Quick, namely Lux. Uh, this needs to be updated though.
I believe Governor Lux is going to be moved, but PDM and Hell on Wheels does now fall in that district.
All right, that's true. That's at 7-1. No, wait, I'm stupid. Hold on. Where's the location? Oh, it's at. Don't tell me. Good lord, where's the bank? Is that 7231? Where does PDM and Helen Mills now reside?
Right across the street, sir.
That's 7231, right, Mrs. Miller?
It's
Or
yes,
Mrs. Ross, sorry.
7231.
Okay. So You have that, Mister the police department, and all of the persons that live in Rockford Hills. So all the richy rich people, if you want to put it that way, Senator Quick. All right. So um right. So this District 4. Right. Senator Griffin.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. Go ahead with the district that you'd like to represent and that's why.
Um, I haven't. I'm fighting in between Sandy and Grapeseed. I know that we have talked a few times. I don't know if you're combining those or if those are going to be separate still.
Yes. Yes, we're combining
Um,
those.
you are combining them. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I would propose Sandy Shores and Grapeseed District. Just because I am up there a lot, and a lot of my story comes from there.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, so
Where's this map?
Griffin.
If we already have one in mind, may we speak, or is it just going in order? Just asking.
Um, Senator Ross, Randy Ross. That is.
I would like to represent Polito. So district, what is
Well, again, I didn't catch that.
that? Polito, what district is that? District,
It's just Paleto. It's called Paleto District.
yeah,
It's not a.
yeah. That's I mean, I have a house up there.
Alright, and you're aware that you'll be representing the employees or persons that frequent there, such as the tuner shop. I'm not even sure who owns it currently, and Toolbox. So I believe there's an apartment up there currently as well. Am I correct in saying that?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so. On the
You don't
apartment.
believe so? Oh, apologies. Okay. So Senator Ross, Ronnie Ross, Polito. Okay. Um, Mr. Turner. Which district and why?
Choose. I'll represent District 1. Similar reasoning to Mr. Quick. The primary fire station I work out of is in District 1 at Postal 9332. So I'm already
Nine
pretty familiar with the area.
9332. 9332.
It's right at the northern end of District 1.
District 1. My bad. Okay. 950. Okay. I'm really bad with posters, so forgive me. Okay, I see. It's right there. It's right there on the edge. Okay. All right. So Turner District 1 in Los Santos. Um Senator Cross.
I was looking at District 3. It seems to be one of the bigger districts, and I've always patrolled Little Seoul and like more of that side of Vinewood. And the first person I ever met was a Mr. John Snow with that burger shot. So I'd like to keep it safe for him.
See. I think this is one of the districts that would carry two senators, right?
It's fine with me.
I'm trying to figure. Oh no, it
But
doesn't have a.
I believe District 3 and District is it 5? You mentioned having two because of the apartment complexes that fall in them and the multiple businesses.
Apartment complex were renovated and moved by the federal government. So I'm trying to see Why am I not having those on my thing currently? This is so bad. What? Is it just me that are not seeing the apartment complex on my GPS system right now?
I don't
They're,
see him
I,
either.
I believe they are currently down, but they will be there.
Right. That's fine. So you said District 3 and District 5 will have 2. So currently, our sir, Mr. Cross is District 3. All right. Next, Mr. Jones.
District 5. Reason why I would like to represent District 5, obviously there's 2 apartment complexes that I'm very well versed in. Obviously there's Legion Garage. I hang around there a lot. I also know we have the city services, which is 8155. When people ask questions that's new to the city, I always direct them there for all of their personal information, whether it's their IDs, driver's license, weapons license, if they want get one granted to them. Trey's Bakery. I love that place. I go there to get my food all
Are
the
they?
time.
Are you getting fucked
Like
over though?
Little, I know
Like
it's
just
really
from
not
them
in
like
business
seizing
at
it,
this
or
moment, but that was one
you know
place I
me, I
always
don't
like
like
to hang
doing
around
I quote
when it
unquote.
came to my friends. And I know across the street they have the fitness place. If you guys didn't know, I'm not trying to brag, but Debo John's a little buff around here, so I like to hit the gym over there.
Yeah.
And then Pillbox. I love going over to Pillbox. That's one of my biggest hangout spots when I'm on patrol. This side of the city, this is my main patrol route, really. So I'm very well versed with everything in this area. And I would like to be, uh, I like to represent the people in that area, as I'm very well versed with all the people in the area as well.
Okay. So not to forget that the bank also resides there.
Right,
Group
Fleeca Bank.
Sex.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that once the construction is finished with MRPD, no,
Yep. And
obviously LSPD.
yep, and that's my home as deputy chief of
Right.
police. So.
Yeah. Okay, so District 5 for Senator Jones. Senator Coates.
I would like to do. I was wanting the Sandy Shores area as well. Is that a 2-person district? That's where I was born and raised.
Just a moment. Let me see. So let me just do something real quick and let you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we currently have what, 11 senators. Senator Ross. All right, Coates. Sandy Shores is a 2-senator district. So let me just make that clear. Sandy Shores districts 3 districts and districts 5. I believe there were some talks about having District 4 a 2-senator area as well. So currently, we may have to assign Great Ocean District is without, and District 6 is also without. District 6 covers all of Mirror Park, down to right above the fire station, and the casino as well. That is also without. We should be blessed with about, let me see, Senator Wilson is not here, nor Senator Ivan, and there is another and 2 other persons who have not been sworn in as yet. Their names will be brought up in the appropriate channel of communication. So that leaves 4 persons that we can distribute between districts 5, 6, Great Ocean. So District 5 will get one, 6 and Great Ocean will get another, and District 2 as well. District 2 is without a senator. District 2 covers the airport, I believe not trucking, but the Maze Bank Arena, Grove Street, those shops right there, the impound, and the strip club, as well as the driving school, which is not really functional at the moment, but nonetheless, we do have a few stores that are citizen owned or should be citizen owned, and as such, we will need someone to represent them. So that one as well. So District 2, 2, 6, and Great Ocean are without a senator. We will appropriate those as much. Senator Ross, I have not forgotten you. Yes, I do
Like, what
see your
happens though? Like, what's your core issue?
your prompt. I know before we said district,
Is it like the chase
it would
itself, or are
be
you just saying the
good to have
seizing aspect?
some assistance, but this is the thing, I don't know. I was thinking Mr. Ivan would have taken up the mantle for District 5 along with Mr. Jones. But I can't speak for him, so if you may, you can just voice your opinions, which district you think you would want to represent.
Right now, we're
Who, me?
No, it's Senator Ross. Senator Katie Ross.
I would prefer to help oversee District 4 because I live in the area and my business, Hell on Wheels, is located in District 4. However, I also have ties to District 5 as I work in the area, and the ammunition shop that Randy owns that I frequent at is also located in District 5.
Okay, that's fair. Madame Potempore, I mean, you can do that. That's fine with me. I would, though, in the future want you to base out of District 4 for the main reason that I believe that even though Mr. Quick is well and able, you'll still need some amount of touch there with the insurmountable amount of persons that live in Rockford Hills. It's a widespread, and all the way from west all the way,
Yes.
north. There's a lot of persons that live there, and
Well,
it does.
I'm happy to help him oversee that district then.
Right. Right. So. Let me just it's down district 6. Uh, okay, so we have, just for iteration, Senator Quick, District 4, Senator Griffin, Sandy Shores and Grapeseed, Senator Randy Ross, Palito District, Senator Turner, District 1, Senator Cross, District 3, Senator Jones, District 5, Senator Coates, Sandy Shores and Grapeseed, Senator H. Ross, District 4. District 6, Districts 2, 6, and Great Ocean will be assigned at a later date for the senators who could not make it tonight, as well as the ones that are not yet sworn in to office. Please note that it will be discussed, I am sure, in the appropriate channels of communication that ahead of the state's first press conference, that you need to um, meet with persons, or business owners, citizens that live or reside in these districts, to hear their concerns about the laws and ordinances that will be voted on tonight, and to let them know of any concerns that they wish to be addressed, or questions that they may have, valid questions for the government, the heads of government. They can prepare those for the press conference. Press conference will essentially be like this. However, we'll be having the Attorney General speak. We'll be having the Director of Finance present. The Chief Justice will be here as well. Along with the commissioners of police, the commissioner, well, the commissioner, deputy commissioner is a senator, so he'll be here by virtue of that, and Commissioner Josh Law, we're hoping that he can be in attendance, as well as Senator Wilson, who is the commissioner of SAFR, along with any department heads that will be present. Your department heads are also invited to be present. That would be Chief, Deputy Chief, who's a senator, Chief Longwood, Mr. Rex Collins. He has to be in attendance if it's so able to do. Commissioner Quick, and he's a deputy or under sheriff assistant, and so forth. We want those persons here to be able to, any questions that may be asked. We want to ensure that we have persons here to can stand up and answer those questions, or have their input in relation to questions that will be asked of the citizens. We're hoping for a good turnout. But to do so, the senators will be doing their part, playing their roles to reach out to the citizens of whom they represent, to prepare and come with their questions and their concerns ahead of um, the press conference that will be held, which will be done ahead of November 1st, which is when all of this will go live, so to speak, and will take full effect. After the voting is done tonight, I will see to it that they're enacted, and I will instruct the Attorney General to make these additions, ahead of time to the state laws, state penal code, and when that is done, he'll make his announcement to the public for their perusal. Am I? I'm trying to go through your. Just a moment. Apologies. All right. I have nothing else really to say. I just want to thank each senator for being here, and again say welcome to the legislative arm of the government. New senators, please ensure that we none of us are above reproach. So ensure that you make yourself well acquainted with the state constitution, which governs us all, and guide our hands in the performance of our duties of our offices. I I am happy that we can have some faces now put to represent the citizens who have heard on numerous accounts of their concerns, and will want them addressed. Uh, and hopefully in the future we'll have no you know um, grievances being carried out where they are left unattended to. Just for note, information, the Public Services Division will be expanded to cover and do their investigation within all government agencies. So not just police anymore. They will cover over the Department of Justice and the San Andreas First Response Department that engulfs fire and medical. So that is to be noted. Is Mr.
True.
Let me check before I ask. Is Mr.
He's got to
Attorney
win.
General, is there anything that you would like to say?
Get
I
into a chance
know
to
this
lose,
is
you know.
your first assembly and
Obviously.
you're newly appointed. But is there anything that you'd like to say? You can freely do so now. If not, that is fine.
No, I don't really have anything to say. Thank you.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he's hard at work because I did leave him a few things to take care of. So I'm pretty sure you have something to say at the press conference. Such is no, he's not here, so I can ask him. There should be some amount of information shared, I'm sure, from the director of finance in the future. Uh, in relation to what type of government loans or grants that may be added, but I'm sure that's down the line, probably be after November 1st, so I'm not really too much worried about that. Secretary of State, is there anything that you'd like to add at this point?
No. Oh, actually, do you want me to put a window of 24 hours for the voting?
They don't I mean, the Senate doesn't need 24. No, it's a part. It is essentially should be a part of this, but because we're going to end the assembly and allow the voting to be done afterwards.
Yeah, but
But
there's other senators that aren't here. I don't want them to
no,
take 3 weeks to make a
no,
vote.
well, that
So
is true.
close it off after a certain amount of
So
time.
give it until Madam Speaker, President. What time do you think is appropriate? By midday tomorrow, or I don't want it to be 24 hours. They don't need 24 hours to vote.
Midday, I would say.
Okay, let me
12 hours max.
12 hours max. Midday, so I'll do EST midday, 22nd. Awesome.
All right. Thank you. I just want to say again, thank you all for all the persons, as small as the audience may be. We are hoping that the audience will be much, much bigger next time, so that persons can be here to hear what we are discussing and to be knowledgeable of same. So, but I don't want to thank persons that have tuned in and listened and all of that. A release from the
For watching,
a
as
release
in,
from the Secretary of
like,
State
entertainment.
will announce
At least for
the date of the
what it's like
first
being
press
on the Senate.
conference in the future. So, keep an eye out for that. It'll be held in city and in this manner as well, so that we can have some sort of organization to it, and we don't have persons speaking over each other and that type of stuff. All right. If that is all, I thank you all for attending again, and we'll convene until our next assembly. The Senate will be meeting in private to discuss internal matters, and I'm sure everyone is looking forward to that. All the newcomers, new faces will get to start exercising their powers in office. Wow. Okay, so the weather is bad. It's getting bad here, so we're gonna close out now, and I hope a safe travel home to everyone, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me a part, guys. Welcome to be a part of the team.
Thank you, guys.
Whatever you.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right,
Take
have a good
care.
one.
Fresh air.
Thank you and shit, Holmes.
There we go.
Hey guys, we can
I'll,
find somebody to
close
raid. I
this,
think one of my
stage now.
friends is
Everyone's gonna be
streaming
kicked
some super
to the
people,
wall.
so
I
I'll
can-
probably send here. Get you guys for watching it. A couple emotes in there for the guy. What did I just raid? Oh, I was gonna raid myself. No shot, dude. I literally just tried to do some crackhead shit. Hey guys, I hope you guys all have a good night.
Yo, Darren, thank you for the raid, dude. I just tried shooting the guy out of the car and it was a terrible decision. Actually, go into this building. Oh, good stream, good stream. Probably won't be on for too much longer, but thanks for the host, dude. How's your RP? What? I do not.
Survival bonus.
There's a blue pill out there if you want.
Shot, 1 kill acquired.
Ready for this shot, dude? Oh, that is loud. Is that M1 ground?
Yeah.
Ooh, hit him for 30. Might just start shooting the car. They're right here.
Right below you.
On the other side of the house, yeah.